So what I have is a Java EE application, and right now I'm working in an index.jsp web page. And what I want to do is I want to connect to a database. This is a database that I happen to create using Java EE and NetBeans here. And to do that, the first thing that I want to do is here I'm going to do the percent sign with the @ symbol and page and then import and it doesn't like that. Okay, I guess import is with an M. And what else? And then I've got Java import space equals double quotes. Oh, missing a double quotes here. And then a percent and closing bracket. Okay, so this allows me to have access to all of that data in the java.sql file code that's already available to us. So let's go ahead and use some of the code that we have access to now with this import statement, and I'm going to create a connection. I'm going to call it C1 = driver manager. And this, from our import statement, that should be available. So if I press the pin, yeah, where we go. And I want to use the get connection. In other words, I want a connection to this database. So I have a web page or JSP page, but it has no idea that there's a database out there. So I want to connect to that database or to whichever database I want to connect to. In this case, I want to connect to the one that I've just created. And the syntax for that. So we need 2 commas in here. Inside the first comma, I'm just going to put a placeholder here. Inside the second one, another double quote just to, and then at the end of that I'm going to put a. So it wants to know the string, or how do I connect to that database, and let's go track that down. That's going to be back here in services, and let's see if we can find. Go to right click on that, go to properties, and let's see if it's here. Yeah, there we go. And let's see if that got it. Did a control C and let's see if what do I paste in here? Okay, it looks like that may have done it. Okay, so I'm just gonna make sure I've got that copied. Control C. I'm using Windows, and okay, I can close this now. And now I can go in here and paste that in there. Alright. Now, in here it wants the username, which was it all lowercase? I think it was. Bob with a capital B to start with, and then the password, which was pass. I hope. Did I write that down? If you didn't write those down, if you don't remember what they are, you get to do your database all over again. Okay. Alright, got that part. So the next line, we need a statement on there. And let's do statement And what we're going to do is create an object, call it S1, and set that to C1 dot, no, and that's showing up. And why is it, well, I guess it would help if it were inside of my Java block. Okay, it was outside. Okay, so let's put that here. And then let's see if it's available to us. .c1 dot, there it is. There we go. Semicolon at the end of that. Right. And I'm going to get some code and pop it in here. And what I did is I created a string. I call this string query, and then I've got, and this is an SQL statement, and an SQL statement is it's a way to get information from the database. And what it's saying is from the table called customers, select everything. So from customers, go get, this asterisk means everything. Okay. So once it gets that, once it does that query, and here we've got that query, it's going to return a set of results. So in this case, we're getting everything from customers, but we might want to select everyone with the last name starting with S, or, but in this case, we're just getting everything. So it's returning that result set. So here's a while statement, and what it's going to do is loop through that set of results that I pulled back from the database, and it's going to print each one of those out as long as there is a next one, as long as it goes through each record, and when it reaches the end of the record, then this becomes false. Okay, but here's a weird little thing I've got to do. This little symbol starts my Java code. Well, I need to end that right here. So I need to put a percent and then closing right here. Okay, and then you notice I've got an ending right here, so I need to put a beginning for that right here, and between those, come on, in between those, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put in my code. I'm using HTML. If you don't know HTML, this is going to look a little strange to you, but what I'm going to do is put a list item in there. And if you know HTML, you know that you're going to have to put in and I'm putting this outside of the Java code, you're going to have to use an unordered list. And if you have an unordered list, press a tab a couple times here, you have to have the ending. I'm going to cut that and put it down. Let's put it down right below here. And by the way, I don't need this anymore. I'm not going to print out that message. And I guess I don't need that message anymore either. Yeah. Okay, so unordered list, I need to put my first list element. And again, this is HTML, tab, come on, tab, there we go. And I'm going to put in my result for the, and in this result, in between these list elements, I'm going to place, I'm going to put some Java code in there, and that Java code is going to say, of the results, get, and let's get used bar charts for some of those. Nope, that's not the one I want. I want the, is there a get string? Yeah, there we go. Let's use that one. And the string that we want to get is, put this in double quotes, first name. First name, I do believe, is how we did that. Okay. And the only thing I'm going to pull up from this is first name to save some typing. And is that it? Well, let's try and see. Run that. Oops. Before I do, after my while statement, I need to close. I opened the database. Come on. I opened the database, so after I opened it, I need to close it. Okay. Save all. And now I'm forgetting something. Okay, time for exception, Java root cause. It didn't like the connection string. Close that out. Let's look at the connection string. JDC, local close, 15.7. What is this doing in there? Let me get rid of that. Didn't mean to copy and paste that part in. Okay, I just want the connection string. I want the connection string, username, and password. Okay, now let's see. Go ahead and save all on that. And let's run that, see if that worked. Yeah, there we go. So it pulled up everything in that database. Or not everything, it pulled up all of the first names in that database. Okay, how about if we wanted to go with, there's a field called, last name. Save all and run that. And there's all the last names. Okay. That'll do it.